Hi, my name is John. I want to share with you 3 considerations about previously topped trees. It has been estimated that a skilled and experienced arborist can anticipate more than 50% of tree failures before they happen. If you need an arborist with an orientation towards responsible tree preservation that can help you with an assessment on your previously topped trees, reach out to us on our website for a free consultation. Trees can be previously topped for a couple of reasons. Sometimes it is a high wind from a historical storm that blew the top off a tree. More commonly, it is a homeowner that many years ago took action to take the top off of a tree. Many decades ago, there were regional weather forecasters that would make comments such as, "The high winds are coming, you might consider topping your trees." The most common reason a homeowner would top a tree was to reduce the likelihood of tree failure. Although that has some short-term benefits, it commonly creates long-term structural defects on the tree. Today, a high percentage of municipalities with tree codes have deemed topping trees as unlawful due to the long-term side effects. We recently had a storm scenario in which a previously topped tree failed toward the structure. Here are 3 considerations to prevent a similar situation happening to you. Consideration number 1, a long-term structural defect is created. After a tree is topped, most trees have a very difficult time stopping decay from moving through the tree. As the decay progresses through the tree, it can become structurally weaker. Some species are worse than others, and a skilled arborist can inform you on what species are more problematic. On our project, it was a cottonwood tree. In this species of tree, the decay and rot can move through the tree at a more rapid rate than many other types of trees. What happens is when the tree is topped, it can take many years for the tree to reestablish new bark over the topping cut. During that time, decay begins to move down the trunk of the tree. The decay moves both vertically through the trunk and laterally through the width. As the sidewall becomes thinner, the wall can have a lower structural strength. In the storm failure we are looking at on this video, the sidewall of the tree became excessively thin. The excessively thin sidewall was a major contributing factor to the storm failure we are looking at in this video. Our philosophy at My Tree University is look for responsible ways to preserve trees. Let's unpack why you can generally preserve trees with a less than perfect structural sidewall. A pipe can have a similar structural capacity to that of a solid rod. Of course, the thickness of the wall and the type of metals comprising the pipe impacts strengths. Think about an outdoor basketball hoop in a park with a structural pipe as a support. The hoop needs to have the capacity to handle aggressive play, but it does not need to be a solid metal rod. Trees are similar to a pipe. The similarity in that if a sidewall is thick enough, it can provide more than sufficient structural strength for most storm conditions. Some of the oldest trees in our urban parks around the world have significantly thin sidewalls and have been preserved for many decades. How thick of a sidewall and tree do you need? It might surprise you on how thin the sidewall can be and still have substantial structural strength for most storm conditions. With a tree that failed, the sidewall dropped to about 8 to 10% of the width of the trunk. That was too thin of a sidewall. However, it was a testament that the tree stood standing through other storms in previous years without a failure. Consideration number 2, rapid regrowth occurs after topping. A tree will commonly grow at a rate faster than it would otherwise grow after it is topped. The tree will usually grow multiple tops, which increases wind drag. The new branches that form the new top initially grow out of the sidewall just below the previous topping point. As these tops grow taller above the previous topping point, it creates a longer lever arm. As the lever arm becomes longer, it puts more force on the area of the tree previously topped. As the wind drag and load forces increase and the sidewall becomes thinner, the tree is trending towards an increased probability of failure. Consideration number 3, a structural load reduction is a mitigation option. By reducing the distance between the top of the tree and the structurally weak previous topping point of the tree, it could reduce the probability of failure. Arborists sometimes call this retrenchment pruning. A retrenchment prune is a balance of mitigating the structural defects and reducing the probability of decay moving into the tree. This is done by making smaller cuts. The concept is similar to surgical recovery times with people. Today, heart surgery is much less invasive because instead of open heart surgery, we can use small incisions in veins to perform heart surgery. The smaller incisions create much shorter recovery times. Trees, like people, by having smaller cuts, reduce the recovery time for the bark to cover the cut. One of the serendipitous benefits of a retrenchment prune is it can have an aesthetic benefit to the tree. In one of our other videos, we spoke about the application of Japanese pruning methodology to ornamental style trees. In that video, we mentioned that a straight sucker style branch growth pattern is less preferable. A well-performed retrenchment prune can actually improve the optics and aesthetics of a tree by removing or reducing the straight line type branches in the tree. The retrenchment pruning methodology has been used to mitigate probability of storm failures on trees in the Royal Botanical Gardens of London. A retrenchment prune might be of service to a previously topped tree in the vicinity of your home. If you found the videos helpful, hit the like button. If you're looking for more information on how to care for your trees, subscribe to our channel.